I've realized I've only been doing Dragon Age Inquisition Let's Plays this month. Yeah, it sucked. Like, I'm still depressed as fuck. Like, what I did bummed me the fuck out. The fact that I did it really messed me up. I mean, the fact I did it at all was messed up, but it messed me up on top of that. So, yeah, no, shit. So I'm gonna try to get as many Let's Plays on PS4 recorded in the next 2 days, since I have them off. I'm also going to be listening to stuff on YouTube, including What Culture's evaluation of Doctor Who Season 12, Episode 7. That's starting in the background now.
Hey, so I am really happy that I can finally talk about this. I got to cameo in Doctor Who. Since I am being paid by the BBC to review their episodes positively, which, obviously, Chibnall gave me a ring, I went down to Cardiff, and I took myself to a series. I can finally tick that off my bucket list. Can you hear me? Yeah, get it? The episode is called Can You Hear Me? Okay, bad jokes aside, let's get to what you came here for. Can You Hear Me was an interesting episode. Some highs, some lows, or in this case, some ups, some downs. If you're new here, this is how we do things. Stir together 3 parts of the God Complex with 1 part of Vincent and the Doctor and a sprinkle of the Dream Lord from Amy's Choice, and you've got kind of what we're up against this week. Honestly, recording that cameo was the happiest I've ever been, so you'd think I'd be drowning this episode in heaps of green. However, things can turn a little red when Baldy Bloke shows up when you decide to go to bed. And no, that's not what it's like when Jules knows where you live. We open in Aleppo 1380, not with the title sequence this time. We have a cold open this week, and I do wish they'd decide whether to do pre-title bits or not throughout the course of the series. At the minute, they're just sort of picking and choosing. I've always liked it when they do a pre-title stinger, but anyway, not important. Tahira here has been stealing from someone and is chased down to this hospital. She's concerned about the safety of the patients as they come when she sleeps. Come nightfall, they do indeed come. Huge creatures slashing their way through the complex, just as Tahira's colleague is about to be scooped up. Title. The Doctor is dropping her fam off home. She's missed the mark by 77 minutes, but hey, we're finally back on Earth. It's been so long since we've been home. It's only been a week since we saw you. Oh, and we saw you the week before. And Earth, still, again. I know Series 1 was all about Earth and space stations, that was a valid criticism, but they didn't need to do it again. Baldy here shows up in the TARDIS, planting almost a seed to lure the Doctor to 1830 Aleppo, where she meets Tahira amidst the savaged hospital. The thing about Islamic physicians back then is that they treated mental health issues very seriously. They were way ahead of their time. The Doctor discovers Tahira huddled in a corner and make my grand entrance and scarf her very quickly. I didn't attack the Doctor nor Tahira, so anyway, I left some hair on the pillar here, which the Doctor then takes. And moles everywhere. We're approaching the spring, my winter coat's going. All 3 companions call the Doctor at the same time, and she sonics them, sonics them into one call. I'm pretty certain the Doctor could have just pressed a button. You can do that with most phones, can't you? But anyway, why were our trio so frightened and in...
Hey, we're roots, and we can save you a 52% of your car insurance rate. Okay, come with the app and take Roots for a ride.
In need of the Doctor. Well, Yaz is having a bad dream when Baldy here shows up, shuttles and disapparates. Graham sees visions of a woman calling him to save her, and Ryan's mate Tito has been having bad dreams frequently, asking him to stay the night. Baldy here shows up only to finger Tebow in his sleep. No, not like that. The fingers fly off his hand and they go and do a wet willy, but the wrong way around with no saliva. This guy has never been on a school playground. Ryan sees it all happen as Tebow is taken from his bed by this spooky slaphead. Those strands of hair the Doctor got from Aleppo don't exist, apparently. I am but a figment of your imagination. so the bottom of this will not be found from my molting. Graham is plugged into the TARDIS telepathic circuits instead, which is done with lots of things attached to the head now. No fingering of the TARDIS console holes like before. Why is it they all about fingering? Graham saw two planets colliding, so the TARDIS brought everyone, including Tahira, to a space platform thing supposedly used to watch these planets collide, like Platform 1 in the End of the World in Series 1. Again, eh? Don't skip 9, you bastards. After zooming and enhancing more times than CSI do on a single image taken on a potato, it's deduced that this woman Graham is seeing is stuck inside a prison orb thing in between the two planets. The Doctor being all clever and... No, wait. The Sonic being all clever and Sonic-y because apparently she's got an app for that. Oh, really? We'd never have guessed because you never put it flipping away. So the Sonic is cracking this damn near impossible code to free this mysterious woman. Meanwhile, Tahira has wandered off, finding her colleagues and Tebow captured and on this station. Uncle Fester shows up, as do our TARDIS companions, not saying that again, demanding they release the prisoners because that'll work. No surprises, they all get fingered. Yaz sees herself on a road with a police officer watching her and her sister in the distance, the same dream she had back home. Ryan sees Tebow old and surrounded by fire. He wasn't there. He didn't see the world burn. He was too busy travelling. Then the dregs show up. Hooray! I thought we'd left you an orphan flipping 55. Graham gets the biggest nightmare dick punch though. His cancer is back and he has a matter of hours to live. Who else tells him this but his dead wife Grace, who asks him why he didn't save her. Oof. Big oof. Where's that sound effect? Oh, Captain Sleepy Fingers has shown up again. He knows of the Doctor, and the Doctor kinda knows him. Zelen, a myth, a legend, a name way beyond the stories of this universe. She assumes he's just someone playing up on a legend like the Toclafane or a load of bollocks back in The Sound of Drums, but no, this dude is a god. He name drops the Eternals, the Guardians, and Celestial Toymaker in one fell swoop. Hello. Then proceeds to tell the Doctor why this is all happening. Because we immortals need our games, and this dimension is a beautiful board on which to play. He's doing all of this for fun. Weird segue, I know. It's relevant though, hear me out. This is how I wanted the Cabin in the Woods to play out. We're doing what we're doing because we're sick, twisted arse cabbages. This dude is nuts. The plot twist, the woman the Doctor, or the Sonic technically, has now saved from this prison is the other god that Zelen brought over with him to be the friendly opponents in these games. Since I've always wanted to see this kind of approach to a villain, up, you bastards! They relish in our fears, and the best way they can gorge themselves on it is through nightmares. Gross. It's great for them because we humans are so good at conjuring up thoughts about why we're so bad. We doubt ourselves, we fear the outside world, the unknown, and even ourselves. Built-in pain. This pair love it. The Doctor is fingered, and we get to see the whole backstory of these two arsehole gods, told in a very Tale of the Three Brothers from the Deathly Hallows kind of way, but that's not really important. The Doctor is now trapped with everyone else whilst our two antagonists go to Earth and feast on the nightmarish minds of humanity as it happens. The Doctor gets a second dream featuring the timeless child, we think. Echoes of the Master play through. It's buried deep in our memories, the lie of the timeless child. I think now things are ramping up. We don't see much more of this, but it's more substantial than what we had before. We only have one episode until the two-part finale, and I'm now fired the F up. Fired the F up. The Doc's in a wee bit of a kerfuffle here. No matter though, as she can flick her Sonic from her coat pocket into her hand. I genuinely told my television off here. Genuinely. The bloody Sonic. Earlier it was used to scan to find nothing. Literally nothing. If there was nothing to find, why was it written into the script for her to scan for nothing? Was it relevant to do that since the inspection of the hair also said nothing? No! I sound like a broken down pissing record, but...
Wherever you are, whatever you're craving, and whenever you're craving it, DoorDash has the restaurants you want delivered to your door, wherever your door happens to be. Get unlimited $0 delivery fees with a Dash Pass subscription. Start your free 1-month trial today.
Down for the Sonic again. Put it away. There was a reason John Nathan Turner wrote the bloody thing out of the show in 1982, because it was too useful. I would ask Chibnall to do the same, but it's a surefire thing for the BBC to merchandise and get idiot fans to buy them. The doctor frees everyone, defingers them, gross, reprograms the fingers to work for her, also gross, then attempts to come up with a plan. After a little spiel from Graham, we then get that doctor has a plan face. We've seen 1 billion times before. Then, off to work. My cameo is behind that glass, and it's a Chagaska, and the doctor now knows what they are. She probably, Sonic did again. They were created by Zelen from Tahira's thoughts. They didn't attack her, so she can control them. Yeah, makes perfect sense, I guess. A Chagaska roar interrupts the feast on Earth, which summons the pair back to 1380 Aleppo. The Doctor and co are waiting, fingers at the ready. Here comes the monologue. Humans aren't crap like you think. They live with their fears, their doubts, their guilt, and they face them down every day. That is not weakness. That is strength. There has been a brilliantly laid message throughout this episode so far. From the treatment of mental health back in the 14th century to how we're perceived by these immortal douche tacos to this speech now, we're being reaffirmed that not feeling 100% up here isn't anything new. It's something that has been known and appreciated for a very long time, even if it seems that only now that it's become a thing. Of course, awareness is a lot more prevalent now, but it doesn't mean it was never important. An up to this more nuanced way of getting this message across. It's the most subtle we've seen a message planted this series. Well, the Doctor fingers the gods, final growth. Tahira sets the Chagaska on them, then the three of them are Sonic back into the prison, and poof, the threat is gone. In like 15 seconds, it was very, very, very abrupt. With two immortal gods that can do literally anything, I was expecting more of a fight. So down. The final 10 minutes of this episode play out at a much slower pace. As said, the threat is gone and we see our companion trio settle back home a little bit before gallivanting off again. Ryan is with Tivo, asking him to basically make new friends for the human contact he himself admits he's been avoiding, but is also wanting. Yaz is thinking back to that dream. 3 years ago, she sat on the side of a road, hitchhiking almost, wanting to run away. Her sister Sonia called the police to help her. This officer does a very on-the-nose monologue about how feeling things isn't wrong. Being scared isn't wrong. Mental health is something to talk about. Help is out there. Yaz doesn't want to hear it, but comes around when the officer offers cold, hard cash, which is just odd. Yaz will get a crisp 50 quid if talking doesn't help. If it does, Yaz owes the officer 50p. 3 years later, or now, Yaz nips over with a 50p, and it's quite a heartwarming but still very on-the-nose moment. Still, we now have so much more we know about Yaz. There's a depth to the character that I don't think any of us were expecting to see. Something to make her human. As I've said before, she's only ever been sunshine, rainbows, and gawping in the Doctor's direction. Now she is so much more. So up. On board the TARDIS, Graham is talking to the Doc about his past cancer, but opening up about the nightmare he had and how the fear is still there. The Doctor, very out of character in my eyes, almost shrugs, not knowing what to say. The Doctor then proclaims that she is still socially awkward. Being uncomfortable in social situations is a known thing. I am horrendously shy around new people. But the Doctor... no. If this Doctor was socially awkward, we'd have known it from day one, or the woman who fell to Earth specifically. So this revelation felt pretty off. Now, this scene could have been representative of someone opening up, but realizing a friend may not be the right person to talk to. Sometimes there are people out there in the support industry who'll be able to help you more so than a friend, especially based on your circumstances and what you want to talk about. It's not down to your friend simply not caring, it's down to someone genuinely unsure as to what to say, and that's okay. That's when you'd maybe go to someone to get help. Maybe that's what this scene was trying to represent, but in the process, made the Doctor seem kind of strange, and it kind of felt unfitting, really, because there wasn't any kind of, but there are people out there that can help you. It was more just like, I'm feeling bad about this, and the Doctor goes, oh? Anyway, so up to this point, the message about mental health being something to be aware of was subtle, delicate, and handled brilliantly. For me, I felt this last bit was far too explicit. At least we have the lead into the moral at the end of the day, unlike Orphan 55, but maybe it could have been played out a little more subtly throughout. As always, I'm not at all bashing the message. You probably know that a lot of us here at What Culture stand with the message of mental health being damn important, but for these last 10 minutes, I felt Chibnall had a baseball bat with a mental health sharpie on it and was swinging it through the screen towards the audience. Which is a shame because up to this point, it's way more thought out and intricately woven. It sucks to say it, but down. Again, not bashing the message, not at all. But these last 10 minutes, kind of felt a bit off. 3 moral messages so far in one series. I want your opinion. Is that too much? Finally, Team TARDIS are back on board and ready to head out. Frankenstein, eh? Yaz and Ryan are discussing this, what they're doing, how long it might go on for. Ryan especially feels like he's losing time, and Yaz feels distant from her family. Even Graham doesn't look too happy-go-lucky in this final shot either. There have been musings outside of Doctor Who, but could the trio leave the TARDIS at the end of Series 12? Tosin Cole has been cast in an American TV drama, so will he be around for long? Either way, we've got something brewing in the companion space, and I'm rather excited to see how this plays out. Will they leave? Will they die? Only 3 episodes to go. So that was Can You Hear Me? An episode that was overall great, but had some iffy bits in between, in my opinion. I definitely think post-Orphan 55, things have been really solid, and I hope that continues. But what do you think? Did you enjoy this week's episode? Did you appreciate the message? Are you excited for what's to come? Do you have any more theories regarding anything? Let me know down in the comment section below. I love reading it. I say it every time because it's true. I do. I have got some more exciting Doctor Who theory stuff on the channel very, very soon, so make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell so you do not miss it. I have a theory regarding Ruth's Doctor, so stay tuned. As always, I have been Rich. You can follow me on Twitter at PickupChangeToad. Take care of yourselves. You still matter. And I will see you next week. Bye.
You may have heard some crazy things about Elodie and New T'Chaka. All true. Every word. And if I know some of you, that's more of a draw than anything I can say now.
One for the records, Pathfinder. Addison out.
I've located a suitable site for an HNS receiver, Pathfinder. Nav point is set.
To enter our family quarters. You tell him if we catch him there again, he's losing a hand.
If you... Karista Chana, Andromeda Initiative. Here to oversee operations and attempt to repair relations between the Nexus and the Nakmor clan. It is a tremendous accomplishment, securing their cooperation.
We can't afford to be divided. We need to work together to survive.
I understand. And I promise to do everything I can to maintain relations.
Okay.
How's the situation here?
Actually, I have a concern. There's a remnant architect in the area. You might have even seen it on your way in. If it detects us, all the Krogan, it's going to attack.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Ryder.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll have our security on alert. If it comes down to a fight, we'll fight.
I should get going.
Be well, Pathfinder.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on a 2-hour-long Digimon retrospective. It's from Billiam's YouTube channel, Billiam. You should check it out. He's a pretty cool dude. Been through a lot, made the best of it, and also creates content a lot more regularly than I do. So, if you want to support him on Patreon, do so. Anyway,
The following video is a compilation of reviews posted to my channel from August 2017 to June 2019. It covers the entirety of the Digimon anime. Now, while watching this, there may be some weird continuity errors, and that's because I'm presenting this series as if it were going in chronological order for all of the Digimon anime, even though I didn't really cover the anime in chronological order. Also, it includes a brand new version of my original Digimon review, which I decided to redo in order to fit in with my current style. Also, this video is not sponsored, but I am selling a Digimon t-shirt in order to celebrate the finishing of this.
Give me just a moment.